Hello, students, and welcome to the part 2 of the writing skill drafting a virtual message. In the previous video, we have seen what is communication, what is the message, what are the various types of messages that we have. Now, let us look at message writing of part of this lesson. With mobile virtuality in every hand, be it a student of secondary or higher secondary standard or a housewife, writing message seems a remote possibility. Now, we are very much aware about the rising use of technology amongst every group of people in our society. So everybody and anybody has a mobile phone, they have laptops, they have computers, and all the other means of technology with which they can convey the message from one person to another. So, writing a message on a piece of paper with a pen seems to be a little difficult or very rarely a scene that takes place. But this was the situation a few years ago when technology was not available to everyone, when all the people around did not have mobiles or they did not have laptops or did not have computers. So people who did not have this technology would convey the message from one person to other by writing the message on a piece of paper. Okay, so the excessive use of mobile and basic phones has brought forth the inconvenience caused by these otherwise quite useful devices, that their use has been banned at many places. So what has happened now is because we are so much into technology that some places they have just restricted the use of mobiles. So what are such places? Schools, offices, hospitals, and there are many other such places where you cannot use the technology or the mobiles because they are considered more of a disturbing instrument than a convenience to the user. So in those places, how then will you convey your message from one person to other? So here is where you will use message writing as a way to convey your message. So although members of a family, classmates, colleagues, bosses, employees, they have to write scores of messages for others, learning to write a short and clear message is a very important skill to be mastered. So if you want to quickly write a message, you cannot go on writing paragraphs on paragraphs and then conveying your message. Rather, you would want to keep your message short but clear. So most often the input for a message comes in the form of a telephonic conversation between two people. Okay, so messages you want to say and you want to convey the message to someone. So there are two people who are involved. So the virtual conversation conveyed in the conversation is to be converted into a message for a third person. Whereas sometimes standard instructions contain the necessary information for the message. So here we have to see how we can keep it short and simple for the other person to understand. So such messages are written on a small pieces of paper called memo slips. Memo slips. What are they called as? Memo slips. Now those memo slips are small piece of paper wherein you write your message in a very short format. Okay. So there is a particular format that you need to follow on this memo slip in order to write your message. Okay, it's a standard format for everybody when they write a message. Now, there are five main things that you have to convey in this, you have to include in this format. What are the five ways? There should be a date, there should be a time, there should be the name of a person to whom the message is directed, there should be the body of the message, and the name of the writer. Okay, why date? Because you want to know when or on which day this message was written. Time. Was the message written in the morning and I have received in the evening? Or was the message written in the afternoon and I have received at night? Then the name of the person for whom the message is. Okay, for whom you are writing the message. Like you just write the date and the time and you just write the message, but the person who is going to take this memo slip should know to whom he should give the slip. So the name of the person for whom you're writing the message, then you have to write the message itself and who has written this message. Okay, who has given this message. So the name of the writer or the sender. So these five things you have to cover. Now, when you're writing a message on the memo slip, you have to remember certain points. That is, while writing the body of the message, the following points have to be kept. Okay, only the most important details should be written. Don't write, yes, hi, how are you? So I thought of writing something to you. It was very important. So I just before that, I would like to know how you're doing, how everything is around your place. No need to write all of these things. Just the important details. This, khalas. Okay. So no new information should be added. Like if you are giving a message, then give the proper message without adding any of your information into it or any of your side to it. Then it should be grammatically correct. Okay, the sentences should be grammatically correct. It should be in indirect or reported speech. Okay, and the message should be written in simple language without any abbreviations, because when you use certain abbreviations, the person who is reading the message might not know the meaning of those abbreviations. So then what he will do, he will not understand the message properly or clearly. So do not use abbreviation. Instead, use short words, or use words which are very short and brief to understand. Then check your message before you submit and send it. Okay, just read your message once before you give it to someone. Be friendly and polite. You don't have to be harsh or rude to the person. You can use a friendly and polite language, and avoid pun, ambiguity, witticism in short words. Do not create any confusion or by using a lot of complicated words and phrases and all of those things. Not needed. Okay, so basically what this you have to understand is your message should be having important details, no new information, grammatically correct, reported speech, simple language, friendly and polite, and avoid confusion. Okay, now let us look at an example, okay, like of how to go about writing the message. So this is the scenario, okay, that wherein a particular conversation is taking place, and the person has to then write a message. So let us see what it is. You receive a telephone call from your mother's office when she is not at home. You have the following conversation with the speaker, but you have to go for your tuition. So you leave a message for your mother. Write the message within 50 words using the information given below. Do not add any new information. Okay. So here the situation is such that the caller wants to speak to the third person and you are the middleman. So you have to give that message to the third person, but you are not going to be there in the house. Okay. So you have to write the message down for message of the first person to the third person. So see the conversation first. Ambuj. Hello, Mr. Rastogi. Hello, may I speak to Miss Dikshit, please? I'm Naresh Rastogi from the office. Ambuj. Mom's not at home right now. Mr. Rastogi. In that case, can you give her a message? It is urgent. Please tell her that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. Ask her to check her mail as soon as possible for the details. Please don't forget to inform her. Ambuj. Don't worry, I will tell her as soon as she returns. This conversation has taken place on 14th Feb at 3:30 p.m. So the message is such. First, to whom is the message? So it's for mom. So the name of the receiver. What is the message? Mr. Ratstogi from the office called up to say that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. He wants you to check your mail as soon as possible for the details. He said it was urgent. Who is the sender? Ambuj. Okay, so in this way you have to write your message with the given format so that it is easy for the person who is receiving the message to understand all the necessary details of the conversation that was taken place by you and the first person. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Please go through this entire writing skill in your textbook and try to understand by solving the brainstorming section. Okay, I will give you the details of which question you have to write in your notebook. But until then, you just go through and understand the format of writing the message. Okay, so until then, thank you and have a nice day.